Hey guys, it's Troy. Muddy water, shallow lake, Indian Lake. A lot of guys been talking about, man, it's really muddy over there. I'm gonna be honest with you. Came here this afternoon, a lot of muddy water. But you know what else I found? Not a fisherman anywhere. I saw one fisherman all evening. Guys, muddy water, don't let it scare you. Learn to think about how and what technique you need to use when you get in muddy water conditions. One of the best things you can use is a swim bait, whether it's a Big Joshy swim bait or somebody else's. But the reason I love Big Joshy swim baits is because we designed them for these cold water events in the winter time where you have real cold water and you can still throw a light jig and work these jigs slow. Through a 325 solar flare and Slim's Harvest, orange, brightish orange. Sunk them down, slow reeled them, ticking bottom, and this is the results. I've got 3 of them, all from mud water, on swim baits, right around dark and after. I actually caught 2 also in jerk baits at another spot. And I'm not kidding when I say it. There's another one. And there's another one. They cracked it. Steady reel it in that muddy water. They feel it. They come to it. The natural roll motion of a swim bait makes them think it's food. That's why they always typically inhale swim baits, because they have no fear, if they can't see it, of not thinking that it is not food for them to eat. Great time for muddy water also is midday in the sun like we had today. I love fishing muddy water with current in the middle of the afternoon towards that bite, towards right at dark, with swim baits. I'll take light jigs and swim those. If that's not doing it, I know you've heard me say it before, I call it stick in the mud. I take a 1/4 ounce jig, put a swim bait on that, I throw it out in that current, and I let it go right to the bottom, and I just basically tight line it. I hold it in place, and I'll do that for 4 or 5 seconds, and then I just drag it a little bit. What's going on is that heavy jig is allowing that swim bait tail to do this in the current. It's just sitting on the bottom, fluttering. These Saugeyes will suck it right off the bottom. I know there's guys out there that know what I'm saying is truth, because it was last year or the year before, we pounded them in the mid-afternoon in the cold weather and cold water at Moundwood with that technique. Guys were reeling, they weren't catching anything. Guy saw what I was doing, he started doing it, and we picked them off. So think about your conditions. Don't be scared of muddy water. It's not always going to be as easy, but there's fish in there and they will eat. And here's the proof. Tie lines, everybody.